So, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Riffin with Griffin. I don't know if this is episode 2 or 3. I can't really tell. I'm still trying things out. Um, I just want to talk about the NBA season. NBA season has been fantastic. I'm a Clippers fan. I got season tickets with Adam. I know. Hey, don't hate. It is what it is. And we got season tickets, and I'm just really liking what the Clippers are doing right now. I'm actually loving the whole NBA season, if I'm being real with everybody. I even subscribed to the NBA app. Where's the NBA app? Yeah, I got the NBA app going. There's just a lot of good things. My Clippers, look, Doc Rivers, they took away the being head of basketball operations from him. He's just the coach now. They brought in Jerry West, the logo, as a consultant, and I think it's paying dividends right now. I mean, the team is playing good. I mean, I can't hate on the Clippers, man. You know, they got Patrick Beverly back. He's the heart and soul of the defense, but they got a bunch of great guards. I'm just looking at it so I can get them all right because they got Patrick Beverly. He's a main player. Avery Bradley, and then Shai Gilgis Alexander. That dude's name is so big, it's touching both butt cheeks on his jersey. But I love him. I love Marcin Gortat. I love Montrez Harrell. He always dunks every time he gets the ball. Then we got Tobias. He's our superstar. Well, he's our star, really. And then Boban, 7'4". He got that giganticism disease or whatever it is, but he's taking full advantage just like Andre the Giant did. We got Mabute's back from Houston after he left and came back. Milos is still here. He's playing good. What else we got here? Of course, Lou Williams scored 50 on Golden State last year. And then we just got a bunch of like scrappy players, and everybody comes in and plays hard. How I know the team is pretty good or above average, let's say, is when you look on NBA Live or NBA 2K and you look at the Clippers stats, they're all like 77, 78, 79. There's nobody that's like a 60 or a 65. Of the main players that play, they're all right around there, 77 to like 85 rating on the basketball games. And I think that's pretty good. So they always play hard. Excuse me. I've been to like a few of the home games already because I wasn't out of town. And we've just, we've played good. We beat Houston twice already. If you don't have a full squad, you don't have your stars, my Clippers are going to beat you, period. So you got to come with it. Now they're going to be playing Golden State pretty soon. They're going to play Minnesota. They're playing all the good teams in the West, and I think we holding our own. Are we going to win the championship? No. You know what I mean? It would be foolish to think the Clippers are going to win the championship, but we're tough out. You can't just come to LA and think you're going to win. I'm just telling you that right now. So I'm really liking like I said, I'm really liking what the Clippers are doing. I think it's fun. When you're really a fan of a sports team, like what does that really mean? It's just something about it. Like a lot of times it has to do with family. Like, did you go to the games with your father, or like every time you have some kind of like personal connection to the sport. Did you play the sport? It's not even just about the city you came from. There's always some kind of story. For me, the Clippers. See, I was born and raised in LA, and I used to work at this grammar school. And there was a kid that he was the quarterback on my football team, my flag football team. He played basketball. He was just like that kid. He was charismatic. He was he was a ladies' man. His name was Danny. I'll never forget Danny. He and his mom worked at the stadium, at the sports arena at the time. And she was like worked in concessions, but they had a tough time selling tickets, so they would kick the tickets down to the people that worked there too. So she would get tickets. So one day he just randomly says, "Hey coach, you want to go to the Clipper game?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, my mom works at the stadium. We can get tickets." So he gave me these tickets, and I'm sitting here at the game, and I'm like, "You just telling me about these tickets now?" He was that kind of kid. He just, whatever, not a lot of people knew. So then he would just give me tickets to the game, and then that's how I started to become a Clipper fan. Well, first, you're not a Clipper fan. You go to the Clipper games back in the day to watch the other teams. And at the time, I loved to watch Sean Kemp and Gary Payton at the Seattle Supersonics. Oh man, those were the days, man. Those games were the shit. So you would like support the team you went to go watch against the Clippers. You would go watch them and you would support that team for like 3.5 quarters, and then you would be like, okay, now we got to switch to the home team because it's the Clipper home game. And then it just turned into something. Terry DeHare and Ken Norman and Mark Jackson was playing back then, and they just got Larry Brown. Larry Brown started coaching. And they had a nice little run. They got to the playoffs. They lost in the first round to Houston in 5 games. I got to go to those playoff games, but I was close because of I just remember my personal story is I love the Clippers. It's because of this kid. Danny was. The reason I'm talking about is because he tragically died. He was, in a go-kart. He was that kind of kid, adventurous, and so he had this go-kart in the street, and he got hit by a car, and he slipped into a coma, and he never got out of it. And I was just, it was sad. Like when a kid dies, you really feel that, and they touch more lives. I remember. It was a Catholic school, grammar school, and, they were having a funeral, and they had the auditorium was full, and the church was full of people, and they asked me to do his eulogy, and that was tough. And I've talked about this story before on other podcasts and whatnot, but this is for me now. This is my own podcast. And, so they gave me a thing you had to read about him. So, like, I read, this stuff about him, and I told myself I wasn't going to cry. I was like, don't cry, because there's a lot of people watching. They had cameras, so the people in the auditorium can see what was going on, and I'm just chill. I'm not even listening to the priest, because they told me the priest would call me up. I'm not listening to what's going on, and I'm thinking I'm okay, and then they play Ave Maria. Man, Niagara Falls. Like, I was just done. So then I go up, I read the little thing, he's survived by his mom, his grandma, his great grandma, he was Latino, so she was like 40. And, just kidding. Like there's nobody here to laugh, but that would have been a nice, well, whatever. I got to remember that I'm not doing stand up. Stupid. But anyway, that's just my nature. This is also the first time I realized I really wanted to be a stand up. It was like, so I'm on here, and then I started talking about him, and I started to talk about, well, he's probably causing havoc in heaven, and I'm noticing a bunch of his girlfriends are here, and, he's going to get in trouble. And as I started talking, people started to laugh. People started to be like remembering him in that way, and I was there, and I was like, damn, I'm killing at this funeral. That's when I was like, I need to be a comedian. That was one of the first times I decided that. But anyway, to get back on track is, I think part of the reason why I love the Clippers, and it's just in remembrance of him too, and that's what sports is, playing catch with your dad or whatever it is that going to the stadium. It's something special about it, team, and for me, as long as the team is like playing hard, and they're entertaining, and they're out there actually, you think they're trying to win, like that's important. They're out there trying to win. If that's happening, then damn, I'm all for it. And the Clippers are playing like that right now. But just to talk about the NBA in general, of course, everybody's all like, oh, LA is back because LeBron James is here in LA. But I've never been really a Laker fan. I was a Kobe hater. I'm a proud Kobe hater. I respect the game, but I just did not like Kobe Bryant. Sorry. You know what I mean? I think he should have went to college. I think he would have learned how to be a better teammate if he had had that experience. I don't think he would have threw Shaq under the bus. I think they would have got together and stayed together. But if he went to college, he probably never would have played with Shaq. So who knows what would have happened. But I just think it would have helped him be like a better team player if he had went to college, I think, and experienced that. Because he was a star his whole life. So he needed, and then he was always in charge in a way, So I don't know. I just wasn't a Laker fan. I always support the Clippers. But anyway, you got LeBron James now in LA, and they're not doing that good. What's their record right now? Let me look at my NBA app. So we sitting here. Let me see. What's their record? I don't even know what the standings. Oh, let's go to standings. I love looking at the standings right now. So currently the standings as of right now, Milwaukee's at the top of the East, 7-1. Oh, that means they lost. Golden State, obviously, 8-1. You got Denver, 7-1. Hey, we played Denver opening game. We should have won that game, but Denver's obviously looking good. Portland is 6-2. Portland's good. They still got that little dude, Damian Lillard. But I just don't. I think he's too small. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything in the playoffs. I don't think he's ever going to be able to do anything into the playoffs until they get some other dudes around him that are like bigger, lengthier. But he could do the Stephen Curry thing. But you have to have a better team around him. San Antonio, 5-2. DeMar Rosen, good for you, brother. Good for you making that move and you making an impact. Check out Sacramento at 6-3. That's the one that gets me. The De'Aaron Fox or Fox, whatever his name is. He had a triple double just recently. Memphis still good, 4-2. Utah, check out Utah at 4-3, and New Orleans 4-4. Thought they were gonna be better. And there's my Clippers at number 9 at 4-4. I mean, just the Western Conference is just like, look at it. You still got Houston, Dallas, Lakers, Oklahoma City, and Minnesota behind my Clippers. That's how crazy the Western Conference is. So I look forward to see where that ends. And in the East, you got Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston, Indiana, Detroit, Philly at 6, Charlotte, Miami. I mean, damn. Excuse me. If you're a basketball fan at all, you gotta love what's going on this season. It's just a lot of great stuff going on this season. I'm really excited about the NBA. And then some of the things that happen is like I wanted to talk about that Rondo and the Lakers Houston squabble. You know, when you look at it, it looks. I mean, the kid Ingram, he started the whole thing by just not keeping his composure and pushing what's his name. And then it just escalated from there. But, did Rondo spit in his face? I mean, when they slowed it down and they zoomed the camera up and zoom into the little area, it did look like he purposely spit on him, And it's just one of those spits that you can't really admit it. You don't have to admit it. You could be like, it was an accident. He had a mouthpiece in. And then, he got mushed. Chris Paul was like, don't spit in my face. But then fucking Rondo clocked him good. That was like a pow, fool. It's your problem. So that was crazy. That's how. And then we were talking about it for like a week after, 2 weeks after. We still look at me. I'm still talking about it. So I can't wait for them to play again. It's just the excitement in the league is great. So I'd suggest you watch the NBA. I don't know if you guys are NBA fans, what your team is, but try to support. And I do suggest you go watch a game. I remember when Jordan retired, I never saw Jordan play. And then he came back, and then he was with the Wizards, and then I went to the Clipper game and watched Jordan play with the Wizards, and it just wasn't the same. But he still was electric. LeBron James is like that. LeBron James got that, like, when you watch LeBron, you're like, something's going on in the stadium. It's weird. Because certain players are like that. He's one of them. Magic was like that. It's Magic, Bird, probably. I never saw Bird play live. And just Jordan had that thing, and I just regretted not going to see Jordan. And I'm telling you all, too, like, you know what you should do? You got to go see stuff live. I mean, it really changes it. It just gives you, like, it's such a euphoric feeling. It's such, like, you feel like you're a part of something. I suggest you go see your favorite comedians. Go see your favorite music artists. Go to a concert, man. Those things stay with you forever. Like, I remember I watched my first concert I went to was Michael Jackson Victory Tour. It was at the Dodger Stadium. I'll never forget that. I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. I went with my cousin, and we were so excited. Oh, my God, it was so exciting. And then it just, that was like the time Motown 25, all that stuff was going on, the moonwalk, and he was at the height of his power. And I was always like, whoa, I saw Michael Jackson live, like, during that time that he was, like, the king of pop. So I think you should do that. I mean, I've had, like, I saw Madonna. I just recently, last few years, I've seen Madonna a couple times. But she's great. Madonna is always great. But I wish I had seen, like, Madonna, like, 32-year-old Madonna. Like, when she was just, but, not to say that 60-year-old Madonna is, it's just not the same. You know what I mean? It's just, the songs aren't new. Like how would it have been to go watch, like, Like a Virgin when it was like still on the radio, or it was like your oh my god, a Material Girl or Papa Don't Preach and all those songs as they came out, with in conjunction with going to see the concert. I think that would have made it like a lot better. So I just, like I say, go see it, no matter how small the venue is. If you're like whatever the little band you like, you got to go watch them live. Man, it changes it, man. Really feels good. And so I say that about sports too. Like, go to a football game, go to a basketball game, go to a baseball game. I don't even like baseball, but when you go to a baseball game, it is like great. You're there, you get hot dogs, you're talking with people, you just feel the energy. Then, when you get bored, they play the song at the seventh inning, so that, hey, it's time to pay attention because the game's going on. All that kind of stuff is fun, man. I'm telling you. You got to get out there and watch them. And you got to go see comedians. Go see. You can't trust what happens on TV. Take it from me. I did 2 specials now, and I don't know if they're good or not. Actually, I'm proud of my specials that I did, but like, did that capture that energy that I have when I'm at the club? I can't explain it, but like a live, unfiltered experience, you gotta go see that. You gotta go see it. So I'm telling you, go out, buy some tickets, and go watch your favorite comedians. Go watch your favorite artists. Go watch your favorite sports teams. And even, I know you can say all you want about the Clippers. Excuse me. But when you go to the game and you're sitting there, you feel something. Hockey, too. Oh, that's the one you really got to go watch, too. I've been to a couple Kings games, and like, I don't always understand what's going on with hockey, but when you out there watching it, man, whoo, something special out there, y'all. Something special. So, yeah, man, that's really all I want to talk about right now. This is Riffin with Griffin, and sometimes I just come on for a quickie. I'm not all corporate yet. I don't got sponsors and all that. I'm looking for it. But it's just right now, this is just me giving you my thoughts and ideas. I'm just out here riffing. I got some interviews set up, but for the first 5 to 10, it's just going to be me. You have something you want me to talk about? You have any questions or anything like that? If you're becoming a fan and you want to hear me talk about something, hey, send me a direct message. Hit me up on the YouTube comments, and I will be more than happy to do that. And I'll talk about the NBA all year long because there's a lot of stuff going on with the NBA. I think my next episode, though, is going to be about these dating shows I've been watching. Man, I've been watching 90 Day Fiance. Got to talk about this. This show infuriates me, but you'll hear about that one next. But anyways, this is Eric Griffin. This is Riffin with Griffin. Thank you for listening. I love you.